In today's episode, I will explain you how to set up sales campaign. I will give you five essential steps that you need to go through to set up your first or maybe second, third, but what is the most important, set up successful and converting sales campaign. So please focus, maybe take a pen, paper, take note and prepare for a good dose of the knowledge. My name is Adam Skoneczny and this is Go Global Asia podcast. I've been living in Asia for more than 8 years, and for last 6 years I've been helping Asian IT companies to expand their business into the global market. In this podcast I am discussing everything related to the sales process and sales in IT, as well as collaboration with Western clients. Welcome everybody back. Welcome. Nice to be back with you. I brought some help with me today. I brought a coconut. Actually, it will be help for me, not much for you. It will help me hydrate myself, and thanks to this, obviously, provide you better, higher quality knowledge. Share with you everything what is storing in my brain to help you out, get the best results. And today we will be talking about the setting up sales campaign. This is really important subject. This is really important subject to many of you. Why? Because this is actually some kind of activities we can do that's supposed to bring us tangible results. The leads start coming in, the clients start replying. This is really exciting. It's not about theory, it's not about just setting up, planning and things like that. This is actually about activities. So this is what we will be talking about. But before I get into those 5 most important elements, I want to discuss about the most common ways that people approaching to set up sales campaign. So let's analyze the most common scenario that is happening. So there is some salesperson, there is the sales manager, and maybe there is the CEO, and then CEO or any superior telling to the sales team, guys, we need to run the sales campaign and we need to collect the leads. So the sales team, what they doing? Usually, most of the cases, they write down some email. They use automatic tool to send 10,000 emails. They have open rate 12% and reply rate 0.00001. And then after 1 week, they said, ooh, clients, they don't buy. And the pipeline, it's still empty, unfortunately. And obviously I'm a little bit exaggerating, but I am not really far exaggerating, because this kind of case, this kind of scenario happened to many of my clients. When I ask them, when I come to them, when I ask them what is the biggest challenge, they say, oh, we're running those email campaigns and people, they don't open our emails. People, they don't read our emails. People don't reply our emails. And when I look at the numbers, yeah, their concern is valid, because the open rate like 12%. Oh, you cannot expect much deals coming from this kind of numbers. What kind of conversion you can get from open rate 12%? But anyway, that's what is happening in many companies. The main reason, if I can explain in one sentence, is basically lack of the strategic approach, lack of the considering who is on the other side, who is the receiver, lack of the strategy, lack of the proper call to action, and lack of many other things. But those are the main one. And today I will go with you through the whole process, how I am preparing to run campaign, how I am helping my clients to prepare to run sales campaign, what type of other sales campaign we have. I will share with you graphic with the flow, with quite simple flow of the 2-channel sales campaign. So those will be things what you can see today in today's episode. Really valuable, really practical episode. So let's start it. So Guys, you probably already know that I am person who love to have a goal, who love to have a strategy before I do anything. And it's not only that this is my personal preference to have a goal and strategy. This is my personal way of approaching the work, but this is the most effective way to execute complex tasks. In the previous episode, I shared with you how to conduct this very simple thought exercise, which I call goal strategy script. And setting up sales campaign, this is one of the places where you need to use that exercise to make sure that you will have successful and high converting sales campaign. If you haven't seen the episode goal strategy script, please stop this video, go back. This episode is not long, it's quite quick and it's right into the point. It's very simple to learn how to do this thought exercise and then come back here to continue with us to set up the sales campaign. The link will be above, beyond, somewhere here you will see the link to the episode with goal strategy script. Then when we clear this part, when we clear this element that we should have our goal and we should have a strategy, that will be the first step for us, that we can start preparing ourselves, start preparing all materials, all information we need to go ahead. And number one, everyone, number one, I have here in my notebook, it's ICP. I guess you already know what is ICP. I keep talking about ICP so many times in so many episodes, and I even record the episode for you how to design ICP. ICP stands for Ideal Client Profile. And this is something what I already mentioned in this video. If you don't know who is the receiver, who is on the other end, then you will not be able to create good sales campaign. So what you need to have, it's a very good described ICP, so you understand who is opening the email, who is picking up the phone, who is reading your message. Only, again, I say again, only then you can have a successful campaign. If you want to be better than your competition, if you want to go step forward, you can also go ahead and design avatar. And I already in previous episodes also explained you how to design an avatar. But when you have your ICP and when you have an avatar, you have a perfect full picture of the person on the other end. And it's not only that you understand this person, you actually also know what time exactly they are sitting in front of the computer. You know what time they check in emails. You know what time they go home and you shouldn't send them or you shouldn't contact them. So this is really important to understand who you're talking to, so then you can match your message with the person. So this is point number one, prepare your ICP. Okay, check. Now, point number two, pain points. So you might notice from the previous episode, when I was designing with you guys ICP, I asked you to write down pain point of the prospect and pain point of the industry. And this is maybe unusual approach to design ideal client profile, but it's one of the best and most necessary tools that we can use to improve our campaigns. Why? When we have a pain point, we know what kind of content and what kind of message we should send to the client. Why? Because people are mostly motivated by pain. Okay, maybe let me tell you it different. There are two types of motivation. There is the pleasure and there is the pain. So let me explain by the example of coconut. Yes, what I would be more motivated to. Would I be more motivated to go to the fridge and take coconut because I feel thirsty, or I am extremely dehydrated, that I nearly have no energy, that I am nearly dying, and I need to climb on the tree to pick up the coconut? I will be more willing to pick up the coconut from the tree, because the pain I will get if I don't do it, it's really much more stronger motivator than just desire of drinking something and cool me down. So I guess you understand now that the pain is a stronger motivator. The one of the greatest example is the story with the carrot and stick, when the motivating donkey with the carrot or motivating donkey with the stick. For sake of today's presentation, I use the coconut, and I'm pretty sure everybody understands it already. So that's the reason why I always encouraging my clients, and I encouraging you to write down pain point, and on the two level, pain point for the person and pain point for the industry. And we need that because we will be using this in our marketing copy. Next, we need to consider, when we know who is our prospect, when we know our what is their pain point, we need to consider about the channel we use that will be suitable for this prospect. And when I say channel, I mean also approach. I guess part of this it will be already in your strategy, but let me give you some tip here. I guess 99% of the audience of this podcast, they're working in the B2B, business to business area. Let's say like that. Anyway, you might want to prospect decision makers. You might want to prospect influencers. And you need to choose the best way for each of those prospects. What I mean, let's say we approaching the CEO. And if you approach the CEO and you decide to go for cold calling, I don't see you will get much results, to be honest with you. C-level, they're not really willing to discuss with anyone, especially with stranger, about their business issue on the phone. And I say that because actually I tested. I tested multiple times. I tested with my clients. I tested myself. I actually ran the team in Philippines that were calling to US and Europe, and it doesn't work. So that would be very bad strategy to you. However, if you choose cold calling for middle management, or if you choose cold calling for procurement department, that could be great strategy. So you need to choose your right channel, fit with the right prospect. And I am recommending you to choose multiple channels, to have a multiple touch of the client, at least two channels. Why? Because today, now, if you want to be competitive, you need to be able to approach the client in the different way. You need to be able to reach them out in the different ways so they can actually respond to your message. Additional tip what I can give you, it's whenever you prospect higher level of leadership of companies, such as C-level, vice presidents, presidents, director, later in the day, it's better. So if you plan and send them a message, don't do it in the morning. They're usually very busy in the morning. Do it late afternoon. It would be better. That's the time where they have an opportunity to reply. They probably see your email earlier, but that's the time when they have a chance to reply. Additionally, last but not least, what I can advise you, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, there are the best days if you prospecting the highest level in the organization. So this is some extra tip from me to you. Uh, Next, it's finally we write our copy. So when I say we write our copy, I actually mean the creating the text, and is we can create just written text. We can also create some graphic. We can prepare material. We can prepare case study. There are multiple things that we can prepare that we will use as our marketing copy to approach those prospects. So copywriting, it's a subject, big subject in itself, and I can easily record 1 or 2 videos about this. If you feel that you would like to learn about how to create the great copy, let me know in the comments, so I will understand and I will prepare some videos that you find it interesting. So copywriting, it's done. And then the last element. So when we know who we sending it to, do we know already what pain points we will touch. We have channels that we will approach. We have already text and graphic what we need to do. The last thing what we need to consider to set up successful sales campaign and to run it successfully, it's testing. And let me explain what I mean by that. Setting up sales campaign and hoping that right away this campaign, as I am setting up it as it is now, will be converting very well. It's a little bit naive, I would say. um, it's not often happening that your first sales campaign it will have a best conversion ever. It might have some conversion, it should have some conversion, but your goal is to actually test what is work and what it doesn't work. And what I usually do with my clients, it's actually I am telling them that we are playing game and we are like researchers. What I mean by that, we are like researchers. So basically, researchers, they are testing hypotheses. They're having some assumption. Those assumptions are based on experience, on theory, wherever else. And then they taking those assumptions and they testing them out. And this is exactly the same thing what we need to do. We need to test our channels. We need to test our copy. We need to test the time we send it. We need to test our ICP. Is this right ICP? We need to test the most important. We need to test our problems. Not our problems, but the problems of the client. Meaning the problems we choose, we took out from ICP, and the problems that we are focusing in our copy. People might be sensitive to different things. People might be sensitive to different problems. One person might be sensitive to very high prices, but another person might be sensitive to low quality of the developer. And next person might be sensitive to lack of engineers. We need to test our ICP and see which is the biggest group and which has the highest answers, which is the highest engagement, which problem it's forcing people, or it's the problem that they feel aligned and they replying to it. So I always trying to manage expectation at the beginning. When you set up your first campaign, the purpose is only to test. You're taking 100 lead sample and you checking what is the open rate, what is your hook, what is your what is your subject opening rate, what is the call to action, how do people react to it. All of that, it must be tested. And obviously you can use A/B testing for the subject, for the hook, for call to action. You need to use different campaign for different pain points. You need to use different campaign for the different ICP. So for the next little while, it depends how long your campaign take. You will be focusing on testing and finding the best way to discuss, to engage with your clients, to get the highest response rate, to get highest open rate, to get highest conversion rate. And if your goal is set up meeting, to finally get as much meeting as possible. As a next step, I want to share with you guys flow of example of flow of one campaign, and this will be very, very simple one. I don't want to bring some complex flows because, I understand that there are many people who are just doing this first time, and just don't want to make it very complicated and complex because it is not. It's quite simple, but you need to start step by step. So let me look into my computer and find for you. So on your screen, you should see now already the picture of the campaign flow. And you can see that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step campaign. So first is first email, second email, third email. Then we have a LinkedIn invitation and follow-up message. Okay, so this is the 5-step. What else you can see about this campaign? It's a 2-channel campaign. What's that mean, 2-channel? I am using LinkedIn and email for this campaign. And one more thing, what you can see, this campaign will last around 2, 4, 7, around 2 weeks. And you can also see that our goal is to set up the meeting for this campaign. So first, it's a lead generation. Either you generate email or LinkedIn accounts. It really doesn't matter because from each of them, from the email you can generate LinkedIn accounts, and from LinkedIn you can in LinkedIn LinkedIn URL you can generate emails. And there are multiple tools that can help you with that. And then you can see another 2 elements here. It's recycle and stop. Stop, I think, is quite obvious, quite straightforward. You understand that if the person is expressing that they are not willing, this is not relevant, and they're really firm, they say, no, I don't need it. No, this is not relevant. That means you should stop and do not bother them and do not waste your time. But we have a recycle here. And recycle, it's really interesting concept, which is unknown for many people and which lack of the knowledge of recycle cause a lot of lost opportunities. What is this recycle? Very often I see that the client reply with the message such as this quotation. Thanks for your email. However, at this time, we don't have a need. And that's it. So most of the people, they would say, this is stop. And I telling you, this is not stop. This is the lead that we put into recycle bin and we prospect them later. How we prospect them later, maybe I will record another episode because there is a specific strategy to do that. But do not throw away those leads. Keep them and prospect them again. Recently, I just had this case where one of our clients, she was prospecting Singapore and she generated 25,000 leads and she prospect them in the 1 year time span. And then she came to me and she said, Adam, I don't have any more leads. And then Singapore, it's not potential. Nobody replying, no leads. I want you to change the market. And I said, do me a favor. Go back to those leads and prospect them again. And you know what? Next week, she coming to me so happy, so excited. Adam, I have a leads in Singapore. I said, really? What happened? I said, I prospect those one who I prospect already before. And for me, it wasn't surprising, but for her, it was like, oh my God, I discovered the new word of the potential client. And it's actually the same word, but you just revisit it. And then you have the new opportunity with previous prospect. Do it, try it, and see how it works. And this is what we are using, recycle bin. And as you see, this campaign is quite straightforward. This is nothing complicated, easy to understand. And this is very simple strategy that you can apply. You can copy this one if you like. Also, I would like you to start paying attention to email campaign, for example, because if you plan to write down email campaign with the content such as, "Hi, my company is the best in the world, buy from me," it will not work. I guarantee you. That's why you see in this presentation I have here in this campaign flow, I have information such as email approach number 1, intro. Email approach second, pain point. Email approach number 3, solution. Each email contains different content, different value or pain point proposition. And you need to consider about this. You cannot write down same content in each email. You need to consider this as you send an email to somebody and in exchange, they are offering you their attention. So, like Facebook, the main currency, if I can say like that, in the Facebook, it's attention of the people. My attention, they can monetize. And it's same with you and your client. By they giving you their attention, you can eventually monetize it. And the worst thing what you can do, it's repeat over and over the same thing, such as like my company is the best and buy from me, because they will not be willing to exchange their attention for this message. So first of all, it must be different message, different value proposition, different pain point every single time, because every time when they open your email, they investing their attention, and you should make sure that you use this investment very well. And I think that's it. That would be quite straightforward way of setup campaign. So let me now go again through the points that you should go. First of all, you should consider about the goal. What is the goal of your campaign? Then when you have a goal, consider about strategy, initial strategy, because as a next step, you will have a ICP, your ideal client profile, and the strategy must be adjusted to the ideal client profile. When we have an ideal client profile, next what we need to consider, it's a pain point. And again, strategy needs to be adjusted to the pain point. Next, when we have a pain point, that's the place where we can start creating our copy. Is it a text? Is it a graphic? Whatever. We start creating these materials. Last, when everything is ready, we do not sit down and pray. We start testing. We have a mindset that this is just test. We're not even hoping to get the lead. If we get, we're lucky, but we are here to test, check assumption, and improve. And this is what we should do. This is how we should prepare the sales campaign. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I think that was one of the better episodes. I think I'm getting better with using the camera and talking to you. I hope you also feel it is better. Let me know. And again, I'm open for constructive criticism. Maybe not constructive criticism, constructive feedback. Let's say like that. Don't be too harsh for me. And see you in next episode. Go Global Asia. Bye bye.